Now let's talk about what really happened in that game.
Now you're going to open up the same can that got opened up on Sunday evening.
Because I heard the same thing from everybody. Oh man, those Bills are dirty players. Oh, they're so dirty. Oh no, they're chippy on both sides. They're both no. That is not what I saw. I watched one of your defensive back, Breeland, body slam Diggs.
And then Breeland tries to do his best.
I watched Okafor have 2 late hits on Allen. No, that was a body slam. He got flagged for it. It was a body slam. And then I watched Jones throw a punch.
Here's Chris Jones. Oh.
And the only thing you guys have on us is Feliciano took out Okafor after his late hit on Allen. Kansas City was being chippy. They were playing dirty. It wasn't Buffalo, but Buffalo is not going to let you do that to their quarterback.
Dirty. Okay, so
dirty. You throw punches, the dirty gets thrown in there. I know that wasn't the only, that.
So was it Frank that had him wound up back there, and then another guy came in? And
it was Frank. I think it's Frank had him wound up, and then Okafor hit him
in the heat of the moment when you got a guy as big as Josh Allen who had just got done running a couple 20-yard sprints, getting away from them. You man, in the heat of the moment, if you've ever played sports on a high level, sometimes you don't hear that whistle, and for him to have that guy held up, and
that was a lot of whistles though.
It wasn't even a bad. It was one whistle.
Allen trying to hold him off from the whistles,
and then it wasn't even a hard tackle to the ground. From there, Josh Allen threw the football in Okafor's face.
Yeah, he probably shouldn't have done that, but Okafor deserved it. That was his second late hit of the game that I saw.
Anyway, listen.
He was like 5 yards out when the whistle was blown. That's not heat of the moment. That's not motion. That's a guy who was trying to get hit on the quarterback.
One of these days, after every loss, you just can't blame zebras or calls. If you ever want to get to a point of it being great.
That's the wrong thing to say, Chad. That's why I led this up. I said from the get-go.
All the best dynasty defenses have been known to where when you bring your team to Baltimore, you get your ass kicked. You leave Baltimore, you got 3 or 4 guys injured, you're hurt. Every good dynasty defense has been out there over the years. When you go play them, they're not just going to play straight up all the time. I don't think the Chiefs did anything terrible in that game. I really don't. I don't think Josh Allen throwing the ball in Okafor's face is terrible.
I don't think it's terrible, but it's definitely uncalled for.
Kind of was like, what are you doing? And that's when his guy hit him. Now, that would been after all that transpired, that's when things kind of got to a different level. But, man.
Oh, man, it started from play 1 with Clark and Jones. They were getting chippy from play 1. But whenever you say –
establishing, showing them who's daddy.
Whenever you say it's both teams, it's not. There's a difference between reactionary and actionary. Whenever it's the Chiefs doing dirty shit, it's like saying, you have a bully in school and he's sitting there and he's beating on your kid every day. And then one day your kid pops him in the face. That kid's not at fault. It's that bully. That kid doesn't need to get in trouble. It's the bully who's been doing it the whole time.
In the end,
been doing this the whole time, and it's all documented.
But here's
all videos.
This is besides the talk, because facts are this. We gave you the first 6 points because we fumbled it on the 1. We gave you that. It wasn't because of a great hit. It was because of non-focus. He dropped it without anybody on him.
Yeah.
And then you guys didn't score a touchdown until 4 minutes and 8 seconds left in the 4th. And that only happened because we were up by so much that you play prevent defense, allowing everything to go through the middle and get big yardage, and it got down the field. So even with dirty play, dude, we just we played better than we played all year.
I said that from the get-go, Chad.
I know, but
I never doubted that one bit. My thing is it was both teams. They were shoving each other from the first play. That's not true.
I've seen dirty teams play.
I watched this game, and again, I can find you at least 4 different videos of the Chiefs doing that. Find me one where the Bills were the ones that instigated it. Find me one. It wasn't both teams. It was the Bills reacting, and you go after the quarterback. If we were to go after Mahomes, would you not expect the offensive line to come after us?
Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Here's the thing. I knew this going into this up the gut that I wasn't going to talk about the penalties or what happened at the end, because I know what happened at the end there. The Bills players were frustrated. They're extremely frustrated, and I get it.
No,
I mean,
that was all on the Chiefs players. If you try to put that on the Bills, you're just wrong. And for that, let's do this.
For Okafor, I told someone today, I said, Patrick,
there's the whistle. 5 yards out. He had 3 whistles before he hit Josh Allen. Should Josh Allen have thrown that ball? No. I do not think he should have. Do I think Feliciano should have gotten his face? 100%. 1, 2. 2 before he hits him, 3 before he's dragged him to the ground. You're telling me that that's a clean play? You're telling me that that's the Bills getting frustrated at the end?
Here's how bad. Here's how bad. The zebra wasn't even going to call a flag on it because they understand continuation of guys in the act of motion, doing what they're doing. They weren't even going to call a flag until
they 100% should have.
Player threw a ball in his face. He got up, and another Bills player pushed him in his back, and then they pursued, even push more. So when they went through all that mix, they had to figure, okay, we're not just going to give these Bills 3 flags. We got to give the Chiefs 1, and then we're going to offset 3-1. I'm
going to say this. I'm going to say this right now.
I said, I don't even care if they offset all these flags that these Bills guys are going to get, because I said they're going to now give a Chief player 1 flag, which they weren't even going to do.
100%. That was all on the Chiefs, though. If you don't think that, then you're just blinded by what it was. 5 yards, 3 whistles, and he hits our quarterback. If we had done that to Tom Brady, they would have ejected him instantly. Patrick Mahomes, there would have been far more fights. And as far as what Alex says, no, I'm not a sore loser. No one play does not decide it. I didn't say that. I told you what decided the game. What I'm saying is 100%, that was on the Chiefs, that entire thing.
You're going to have that game for being a AFC championship game. I felt like if you don't come out and establish dominance, this is football. This isn't patty cake. I mean,
don't expect it to be. There's still rules in the game, Chad. Again, had we done that to Mahomes, especially with him being injured, they would have ejected people.
I see it every week, though. I see continuation of quarterbacks going down and this and that and so forth. I mean, I see it all the time. I mean, look at Mahomes. Did I ever say anything about the tackle that sprung the nerve in his neck where he got flipped over? He was already on the ground. The guy knew he was already on the ground. He went over. He held onto his neck. Did you hear me say anything about that? No.
I'm about to not be friends with Alex anymore.
I didn't even read what he said. But here's the thing. I didn't mention that play one time that it was dirty. Did I feel like it was?
That one wasn't. That was a continuation of a play. He flipped over him. He had a hold of him on a clean sack and flipped over him. He landed weird.
Chad Henne is his backup.
This was a 3 whistles.
After he was
5
already
yards,
down.
and he hit the quarterback.
After he was already down and held onto his neck. Kind of like he's worried he's going to fall down a cliff, so I need to hang on to his neck. That's the thing. It's football. That's why I never once brought it up over the last week or two. It's football, man. I mean, it's different. Remember when?
And I'm not saying that this is the reason that Kansas City won. I'm not saying anything other than all the Chiefs fans saying Bills fans were playing dirty or Bills fans were being dirty. That is what I was saying.
Okay, but here's the deal. If you want to label Chiefs players or Chiefs fans as dirty or wicked, then, I mean, rightfully so, we're going to label you guys as pussies and pansies. I mean,
they weren't. We followed the rules. You guys threw punches.
I'm not trying to be mean about it. I'm just saying, like,
when it comes down to it,
we're not known to have a
they
dirty
played
team,
dirty throughout this entire thing. Punch. It's a pussy punch.
I told Nathan today that you're going to have 30 hours worth of labor in this, where you pulled up a whole highlight film.
I pulled that stuff up just right now.
Include on and show dude. I mean, like I said,
I just pulled that up right now. I just showed 2 of them where Chiefs were dirty. Give me one where Buffalo was the cause of it. Just one. That's the point. It's easy to say it's both sides. It's easy to say all the stuff that Alex is saying. But when it comes down to it, Chiefs players were the ones that were chippy. I'm not saying that's the reason we lost.
I want them to be
I'm not
chippy.
even saying you guys are a bad team.
I'm
saying you're going to tell me Buffalo's dirty?
No.
Give me some proof, because I just gave 2 examples.
I don't even want them hugging after the game or high-fiving, kind of like LeBron does with every other good athlete on every other good team. Did you ever see Michael Jordan hug or hold hands?
I don't think they should do that either.
Competitor, man. All I want.
I think there should be some stuff, but don't tell me that it's Buffalo whenever you have nothing to back it up.
Listen, when you go out and you got to create who's more dominant on the trenches, O-line, D-line, punt, all the extra stuff, I can do without. But here's the thing. I feel like if that stuff's going on, these players are telling the rest, like, hey, watch this guy, watch this. Things get caught. I mean, I just feel like right now, the chippiness, that's all it was. Just you're chipping away a little bit. That's fine. But here's the thing. If you want your team to be the dominant one out of the AFC West and go face the best teams in the NFC West, you got to have a chip on your shoulder. And again, like you said, the game wasn't won or lost by this. So that's why I say if we're going to label Chiefs players as dirty, nasty, or, the abusers, then
I can appreciate competitiveness. And the only reason I bring this up isn't even to attack the Chiefs. It's the fans that sit there and tell me that they are being dirty. It's the fact that they sit there and say Buffalo or it's on both teams. I mean, that was a slam, still a slam.
I love body slams.
That was unnecessary, and if that audio, it's probably already listened.
But I see that happen a lot where they take.
Well, that's a straight German suplex.
Yeah, no, that doesn't happen a lot.
It wasn't a great German. His form was kind of off, but yeah, that was a German suplex.
Mm-hmm.
All in all, I mean,
which they don't do. So there's 3. Can you give me one, Chad? Can anybody in the comments give me one? Alex, you want to talk a lot of smack? Find me one.
Who is Alex?
Heather's with me. She believes it's on the Chiefs, and she's a Bears fan, which is weird.
Is that why she thinks I'm not sexy? Because she's a Bears fan and I'm a Packers fan?
I didn't know she was a Bears fan.
I just found out. But she watches the show. She knows I'm a Packers fan.
Okay. Here, let me try to make this as easy as I can. Was it the right stuff to do? Was that body slam bad? No. Was that punch weak? Yes. Was that late hit going to injure Josh Allen? No. But every single person that told me that Bills were playing dirty because of Feliciano pushing Okafor to the ground, you're completely negating everything the Chiefs did. I think the Bills reacted to what the Chiefs had done. So if anybody was dirty, it was the Chiefs. Do I like the competitiveness? Yes.
Patrick, right there. What you just said, I'm on game with.
Okay.
I'm on game with that. I think everything that happened in that one moment for you guys for it to be offsetting was very lucky too. And that's what I wanted, though. I wanted that. You know why? Because I told my wife that night, I said, man, I know when I finally get to talk to Patrick about this part right here, I said, I'd like for this play just to go away. Because face it, the Bills and the Chiefs are going to be at each other's throats for the next 3 or 4 years, bro.
You coming with us next year?
Me?
It's going to be in Kansas City. You coming to the game?
Regular season game? Maybe. Depends. Yeah. If this is COVID crap where they can only have like 15,000 fans, no. I want to
listen. Biden's going to fix that. Didn't you hear?
Oh yeah, you're right. He's on the. Actually, they're opening New York and California and everything's.
Hey, Alex, I'll take you serious if you can name half of the NFL teams.
Without Googling.
Yeah, so we're good. Or even just give me the winner of the AFC divisions, half of the winners of the AFC NFC divisions, and I will take what you say. I don't even think you watched the game. So anyway, that was my point. Was I had so many people tell me Bills were dirty. They only reacted to what was given to them. They never did anything I felt that was dirty. It was reactionary. They hit Josh Allen late. He shouldn't have thrown the ball, but he was frustrated and he got hit late after the whistle. And I thought the whistle was early to begin with because Josh Allen is a stud.
If I was
chucked it with a guy on him,
I would have taken him down too because we had him backed up 20-some yards on like 5 different plays, and we took him down on a couple. And then on a couple of those where we had hands on him, they allowed him to then throw it, and get it out of his hands so it wasn't a sack or taken down or a whistle blown. So, again, I would have taken him down too, honestly. It would have been in the heat of the moment. He didn't take him down hard, and I wouldn't have taken him down hard. But one guy holding on to one arm, I would have wrapped my arms around his waist just like Okafor did and taken him down. And when I got hit in the face with a football, I would have got up and asked him the same thing. And when I had the O-line come and push me, I would have expected it because that's what O-line do. They take care of the brother. So, your guy –
I still think the Chiefs were in the wrong there. 5 yards and 3 whistles is quite a lot to not hear.
Josh,
that's a lot to skip
I've watched
over.
it a few times, man. And again, I'm not saying because I'm a Chiefs fan. I would tell you the truth. You know me. I'm a very when it comes to things like this, I try to be unbiased as I can. But again, for us to talk this much about ref play on both these games, guys, it just in our game. I'm going to say it, the better team won. And I know you and I have talked about this. I said
100%. I agree.
If we play our game, I was like, we're the best team in football. If we don't play our game, your team's hot. You're going to beat us. And I still believe that. Hold on, sweetie.
This is how I know that Alex has no idea what he's talking about. Throwing a football at somebody dirty as hell. Come on. All right, Alex. I'm not going to show you stuff anymore.
Play. And it's really a great rush by Passanio, and at the end, he sees him hit him down. And